Oh no, I'm not wearing my shit hat. Hey. Alright guys, it's Luke here and I'm here to bring you my week 3 match for GBA X-League versus the, what are they called, the Astorian Azumarills. Just find the document there, see what they've got, blah blah blah. Right, what I'm doing. There we go. Right, yeah, so I'm just going to quickly run you through their team. They've got the Jirachi, Tapu Fini, Buzzwole, Nidoqueen, Serperior, Raikou, Reuniclus, Mamoswine, Spiritomb, Zygarde and Rotom Heat. So it's kind of a terrifying team. To run you through my team again, that's the Tornadus Therian, Victini, Scizor, Tangrowth, Slowking, Sylveon, Salamence, Magnezone, Crocodile, Crobat and Smeargle. Because Smeargle is completely not a waste of space and a wasted slot on this team. Right, so I'm just going to jump straight into the team builder that we got going on here. So I'm looking at his team, and actually the first Pokemon that I brought was Victini, and I'll explain why he's at the end of the team, not the start of the team, when I get through to him. But yeah, I'm looking at his team, and I'm thinking, thank God, it's week 3 in the GBA, and I can finally bring my round 1 pick, because he doesn't have too much of an answer for Tornadus Therian. Or at least not too much of a switch in. Like with the Rotom Heat and Raikou, he's sort of got the stab, the super effective stab against Tornadus and the Mamoswine with Ice Shard as well. He can deal with it. But if I've got Tornadus in on one of his other Pokemon, he doesn't have too much of a switch in for it. Looking at his walls, like Jirachi can switch in, but I could have a potential Heat Wave. I've got the knockoff for that as well. Tapu Fini, we do over 50% to that with Hurricane. That's not a switch in. Reuniclus, we can deal with that with knockoff, and Hurricane's doing a lot of damage to that as well. Like even his answers to it, like Raikou and Rotom Heat, they're not going to appreciate a Hurricane, or we can get the knockoff for utility. So this thing's basically just there to sort of U-turn and give me a bit of initiative and hit hard with the Hurricane, rocking the naive nature so that knockoff and U-turns aren't sort of doing less damage, whereas if it would have been a timid nature, then obviously it's less damage on the knockoffs and the U-turns. I don't know what I'm talking about there. Enjoy. Right, so yeah, we've got 208 EVs in speed, which allowed it to outspeed a timid Raikou. Now, obviously I'm not going to hit it with a knockoff or a Hurricane. That's literally just so I can U-turn out and get a bit of initiative. And I know that if the Raikou outspeeds me, as unfortunate as that would be, I know that the Raikou would then be scarfed. So it's you know, it's decent for a bit of scouting. Yeah, we've got the Taunt on there because my opponent, I've seen from the last 2 battles that he's done, he loves Carmine setup. Like, he's played 2 battles and already I've seen Carmine Tapu Fini, Carmine Raikou, Carmine Tapu Fini, Carmine Raikou, Carmine Reuniclus. And he said to me in the past that he loves bringing setup and he loves bringing Carmine. So just got a little bit of Taunt there just to stop that really. I've got the Life Orb for extra damage output, and he doesn't really care about the recoil because of Regenerator. As I said, I've got a U-turn for initiative, and that is basically, here I am, the Tornadus. Next I'm thinking, right, I like to build up my wall core now, because I like to sort of start off with my wall core and then build my offense around that. It tends to be how I build teams, and you'll notice that. So we've got Slowking here. Physically defensive Slowking, shuts down Jirachi 100%. Whether it's special Jirachi, physical Jirachi, whether it's there to just set up rocks and or flinch me to death or be scarfed or whatever the Jirachi is, Slowking can take it out one-on-one. So that's why I've gone with a physically defensive Slowking. Also it takes on this sort of, it's a weird looking set, I know, it's the size of a toss. But yeah, it deals with Tapu Fini really, really well. If it's a setup, like it's Carmine Tapu Fini, then obviously if I've got Slowking in on Tapu Fini, he might predict me to switch out. So he might go for the Carmine. And if that happens, then I can set up a sub, and then just sort of seismic tossing away. It also helps to deal in the same sort of fashion as that with the Reuniclus. Not so much with the Raikou, but I'm not going to stay in on the Raikou anyway. So his Carmine mons are sort of dampened a lot by this seismic toss substitute Slowking. Basically, if I'm in Slowking and I predict a switch, I can get up a substitute, and then I get a free Seismic Toss or a free Scald on whatever comes in. So that's sort of my thinking around the substitute Slowking. I think I brought a substitute on Slowking. Was that week 2 or week 1? Yeah, on week 2, and that didn't really pay off in week 2, but I think against this team, I'm just like, you know what, I'll try it again. Yeah, then we've got the Tangrowth, same sort of Tangrowth that I've been bringing this whole time. Sort of Assault Vest, Sassy, 252 EVs in special defense, just to be a sponge, just to be a wall, just to switch in on most things and scare them out with a decent attack stat. We've got the Power Whip over the Leaf Storm, because if he brings Calm Mind, again, like I'm gonna reiterate this again and again and again. I'm really scared of that Calm Mind. I'm not so much scared, but I'm aware that it's a possibility. So I'm trying to sort of, you know, prepare for that inevitability almost, because he's brought it so much. So if he's got a Calm Mind, Tapu Fini, Leaf Storm. If he's got open enough Calm Mind, then Leaf Storm won't be doing the most damage to him, especially with the second Leaf Storm after the special attack drop. So I'm like, Power Whip. Got Tear Through Tapu Fini, we've got the knockoff for more utility, along with the Tornadus carrying the knockoff. Bringing Earthquake to hit the Raikou, also hits the Nidoqueen quite well, even though Nidoqueen can obviously take me out with Sludge Wave, so that won't happen too much. But Earthquake is good for the Raikou. It's also good for the Jirachi, just looking at his team here. So yeah, and the Hidden Power Flying is for the Buzzwole. Now I know that Tangrowth does get Aerial Ace, and so you might be thinking, why are you going for Hidden Power Flying? Well, that's basically because Buzzwole's defense is through the roof, and its special defense is through the floor. So Hidden Power Flying, I'm not sure if it's an OHKO, but it's definitely a 2-KO up against the Buzzwole, so I can weaken it to begin with. Then, pardon me. Bleh. Yeah, then if we can weaken the Buzzwole a little bit, then Tangrowth can just come in, Hidden Power Flying, boom. So that's the sort of thought between those two. And actually, next I'm going to move on to the Sylveon, because you might be looking at Slowking and Tangrowth, and you might be, if you can remember me sort of saying what my opponent's team is, because it's not going to be on the screen for you, because that would be effort for me. You might be thinking, okay, you've got Slowking, you've got Tangrowth, they sort of wall your opponent's team really well, apart from that Rotom Heat, which with Stab alone can take out Slowking, can take out Tangrowth. And so I'm like, yeah, you are right, person who's addressing me through the webcam. That's really weird. Yeah, so you are right there. So I'm like, Sylveon, just, you know, I was going to go fully specially defensive Sylveon just to sort of soak up those the overheats and Thunderbolts from the Rotom Heat and whatever. But then I was looking through his team and I was like, I don't really have much of an answer to Zygarde. Like, Tangrowth can wall it to a certain extent, but an Outrage from a Zygarde, it's, you know, it's not going to be too fun. Or, I don't know, something that isn't 1,000 Arrows from a Zygarde, I can't quite think what moves it gets. So I brought 156 EVs in defense, which basically it allows me to a Sylveon at 100% health can switch in on a Zygarde's 1,000 arrows. I think it is 1,000 arrows. And after Stealth Rock damage, I'm still never ever in any scenario being 2-hit KO'd by a Zygarde, an Adamant Zygarde with was it a Life Orb? Or was it just an Adamant? No, it was just an Adamant Zygarde with... One second, let me just... what am I doing? Damage calculators. Really professional this video is. Yeah, I literally had this in mind. I think it is an Adamant Zygarde with no item up against LGBT EV, blah blah blah. Yeah, if I've got Stealth Rocks on the field and 1,000 arrows is never ever 2-hit KOing, whereas if I have even a little bit less in EVs, then there's a 0.4% chance of a 2-KO after Stealth Rocks. So I just thought, you know what, with that amount of defense EVs, sorry, I just saw a few team sheets. Yeah, with that amount of defense EVs, then it's a really reliable switch into the Zygarde, unless it's like a Dragon Dancing Zygarde, but then that's just terrifying. And yeah, it's got enough special bulk, plus the calm nature, plus the 104 EVs in special defense to be able to soak up hits from the Rotom Heat. And so that's my wall core. You got the Slowking Tangrowth and Sylveon. The only thing that can tear through this is a Life Orb, Sheer Force, Modest, Nidoqueen, which can 2-hit KO all of my wall core with any of its moves, with actually just with Sludge Wave alone. And so yeah, I think if my opponent brings that, I'm thinking I'll just have to let something go down and revenge kill with Victini or something. So yeah, I'll come back to Scizor. This is basically to take on the Reuniclus. My opponent has, I think, definitely the first week, possibly in the second week as well, brought a Reuniclus, which is Calm Mind, Acid Armor, Recover, and Psychic, which is bloody filthy. But basically, Scizor can obviously take out any variant, any sort of Calm Mind variant of Reuniclus without needing to set up. But then if my opponent brings Acid Armor Reuniclus, that's when you have a bit of a problem. So I'm bringing Sword Stance to sort of negate the Acid Armor Reuniclus. And so this Scizor can basically one-on-one that Reuniclus set really efficiently. If my opponent decides to bring Hidden Power Fire to take on the Scizor, it would have to get rid of either the Acid Armor, which means that Victini can completely take out the Reuniclus because it's physical Victini this week, and if my opponent gets rid of, say, Recover for the Hidden Power Fire, then Slowking can take it out with those Seismic Toss shenanigans. And so basically, I'm scared of the Reuniclus. Who isn't? If you're not scared of Reuniclus, you're a bloody idiot. So this Scizor, basically, it can set up on a fair bit. It can set up on a Tapu Fini, because all Fini can really hit me with is Scald, and because of the misty terrain, it won't be able to burn me, so I can set up on that. Jirachi's not going to want to do much to me unless it's rocking the Fire Punch, which I think it gets. So I can set up on the Jirachi, set up on the Tapu Fini, set up on the Reuniclus. Like my opponent, and then like, stuff like Mamoswine scares me. I can Bullet Punch the Mamoswines, I can Bullet Punch things that outspeed me, I can Bug Bite things that don't. I've got the Roost for a bit of longevity. And yeah, this is always the set that I run on the OU ladder. And this set is the main reason I drafted Scizor, and it's come to week 3 and I'm really happy that I'm able to use it for the first time. So that's sort of to counter any sort of Calm Mind set of shenanigans, and just you know, hopefully it gives me good, really powerful priority, and hopefully it'll just sort of work really well. The only answer that he's got to this really is the Rotom Heat, but like I'm saying, Sylveon deals with the Rotom Heat quite well. So I'm really happy with that Scizor. And the final Pokemon, like I was saying, at first, Victini was the first Pokemon I added to this team, and it was a special Victini, the exact same set pretty much that I brought in week 2, which was this set. I had a Taunt instead of a Protect, because like I was saying, you know, Calm Mind, set of shenanigans, whatever. And I've still got the Taunt on this set. And I was going through and I was thinking, okay, special Victini, it's really good. And I was thinking, do you know what? Why? Like, my opponent has no switch-ins to a V-Create. I don't like the speed drop, so it's quite easily revenge killed, but the Life Orb V-Create, it's going to be really, really good. With the Life Orb, it allows me to switch up moves, so if he sends in the Tapu Fini to sort of counter me, I can go for the Bolt Strike on my second move. Like, it works quite well. The main reason that I decided to go physical is because, again, you'll hear this a lot with the Calm Mind shenanigans. If it's a Calm Mind Tapu Fini, like I had the Thunderbolt on the set originally, on the special set, which does deal with Tapu Fini really well, unless it's got a couple of Calm Minds, then it's doing a lot less, obviously. But, you know, Calm Mind Tapu Fini, you can get to bleed +6 for all I care. It's not going to live a Bolt Strike, or it's not going to appreciate one at the very least. So, yeah, I decided to go physical instead of special, just because of Calm Mind shenanigans that I'm really, really expecting my opponent to bring. Like, you can tell that I've got Taunt on 1 mon, on 2 mons. I've got really good physical wall breaking sort of presence with Scizor and Victini. Like, I'm really sort of preparing for any sort of Calm Mind shenanigans, and that is my team. I don't think there's anything else much to say. Obviously, the Victini is 252 EVs and Speed Jolly to Speed Tie with the Jirachi. Yeah, I think I've sort of spoken about all of this, and so I do not have the replay loaded. 1 second, is that? Oh, hey, I'm just joking, I'm just joshing with you. Of course I've got the replay loaded. Sorry, 1 second. Let me just. That's really loud. Don't like that. Yeah, I'm just pressing play so I can press switch sides. There we go. All right, reset. Perfect. So I just wanted to get my side on this side, my opponent on that side, just so it's a little bit easier. Right. So, yeah. So my opponent brings the Rotom. Obviously, that was always going to come. Mamoswine also tears through my team. The Nidoqueen, like I was saying, the Life Orb Nidoqueen variant tears through my team. So those three were always going to come. Uniclus was always going to come. Like it was. This whole team is. This isn't a fault on my opponent's part by any means. It was just an obvious sort of 6 that he was going to bring, and I feel like I'm prepared enough for all of them, apart from the Life Orb Nidoqueen. And Mamoswine could do me a bit of problems, but between Slowking and Tangrowth, I can wall its stabs relatively well. So yeah, let's just get into the battle. He leads off with the Tapu Fini, and I lead off with Tornado. So I'm just going to turn my volume down a little bit more because that's really going to bug me. So yeah, I've got the Tornado out, and this was a mistake on my part. Straight from the off, I should have taunted. I literally brought a taunt on Tornadus in case I'm on the field with the Tapu Fini, and I know that he's going to go for a Calm Mind, or at least in my head I do, so I'm thinking, why don't I taunt? Go for the Hurricane just to get off a bit of damage, see what this set is. It does around 50%, so it's looking like a defensive set, and it's looking more like it's got more special bulk than I expected, so that makes me think maybe it's not a Calm Mind set. Because usually if it's Calm Mind, you invest fully in defense and you let yourself set up on the special side, sort of get that side bulked up. And because he had more special defense than I was expecting, I was thinking maybe he's not a Calm Mind set. So I go for the Hurricane, he goes for the Light Screen, which is why I'm saying I should have gone for the Taunt. I shouldn't have just expected a Calm Mind variant. Obviously, Finny can run a load of other status moves as well. So, sorry about my laptop being really loud. So I should have gone for the Taunt, so that was a mistake on my part. But now I'm just like, well, I want to get rid of this thing's longevity a little bit. Oh, no, this is where I got the Taunt, sorry. And he protects, so he knows what I'm doing. Like, oh, he's got leftovers, let's get rid of a bit of the longevity there. I know he's not going to go for a status move because he's expecting a Taunt. He goes for the Ice Beam, he carries the Ice Beam for me, it's not doing too much to me. And so basically I switch out into Slowking. And this is the time when I was saying in the team builder that I go for Substitute. And like I can get 3 Seismic Tosses or Squalls off on anything. I'm expecting this one to set up Calm Minds, so I start going for Seismic Toss. He goes for the Psychic, trying to break down my Substitute, and from that alone I can tell that Psychic was going to be his only attacking move, really. Otherwise he would have gone for something else. So I'm just like Seismic Toss, Seismic Toss, there's the Calm Mind, and I was thinking, do you know what, Bob's your uncle, the Uniclus is being Seismic Tossed, and now I've got it down to below 50%. I'm just thinking, oh, Sizzle can come in and completely clean up this thing. It doesn't even matter if this thing's got HP Fire at this point, because I can Big Bite and kill. He sends out Tapu Fini, not wanting Uniclus to go down so easily, and at this point, again, like I was saying in the Team Builder, now I was cheating a little bit, because the Team Builder I recorded that after I played the battle, but these were the genuine thoughts that were going through my head while I was building the team. So I've predicted a lot of his sets quite well. So I'm thinking, well, this thing's got the Misty Terrain up, so it can't burn me with Scald. And so I've got 3 set up here, go for Sword Stance, Bullet Punch, so I don't take any more Scald damage. I probably could have set up even more, +3, +4, but I know that the Rotom's there. Like I was saying, Sylveon is my dedicated switch into the Rotom. He goes for the Overheat, it does 58.3%, and at that point I'm just like modest, bloody specs. I think they actually say it in the chat somewhere, but I had the chat muted. So I was in the calc and I was like, oh, well, this thing's modest spec. So I know that he's going to switch out at this point because he can't obviously 2-hit KO me without a crit because of the special attack drop. So I'll just go for Wish. Just so I can sort of scout what he's going to bring in. He brings in the Reinforce, and I'm like, oh, the team can come in and just kill this thing with a V-Create. There's nothing, like, even if we would have gone for Psychic, wouldn't have done anything. V-Create, obviously Life Orb V-Create of Reinforce is not living that, and that's one kind of scary thing off the field. And now 4-0 up, and I'm thinking I'm playing really well. I was really proud of my performance. I was sort of predicting my opponent at every turn, and my prep was really good as well. So at this point I'm just like, he's going to be scared of the Scald, so he's going to switch out, and this gives me a free substitute. I don't know why he switched in Mamoswine actually, because obviously I was going for the Scald. So that was probably a misplay on his part. He didn't really have many other switchings though, apart from maybe the Jirachi, but then he played with a burn chance. So yeah, at this point he doesn't have too much plans for Slowking. He goes for the Earthquake, I'll go for the Scald, because I might as well. And then I go for the Protect as well, just to see if this thing is choiced in any fashion. He goes for the Ice Shard, predicting the Tornadus or possibly the Tangrowth. But at that point he's revealed he's not choiced, which is really good information for me. He brings out Jirachi, I bring out Scizor because I can take an Earthquake relatively well. I can revenge kill with Bullet Punch. He brings in Jirachi, and at this point I'm just like, oh, this is perfect, let's go for Bug Bite, let's scout out, see what this set is. I know that he doesn't have the Fire Punch, or else he would have gone for it straight away, obviously, so I'm just thinking that's a free Swords Dance right there. He gets his Wish back up, but that doesn't bother me because I know that a Bug Bite will just kill this straight away, because my last Bug Bite was over 50%. So he brings in the Rotom, and I'm just like, it's time for Sylveon to come out again. He goes for the Overheat, I do just outlive. I go for Protect, no I don't, I'm lying to you. Go for Slowking because at bloody -2 special attack, this Overheat, which I know is choiced, is obviously going to do nothing. So I go into the Slowking, and at this point again, it's time for me to substitute. Because why the hell not? I'm going to regenerate back the damage that I take from setting up the substitute, and then this is just a free kill on the Mamoswine. So at this point I'm thinking, oh, I've got a clear 6-0 here. Clear 6-0. I go for Protect, because I always run Protect on Mons, like I've said before, because I like to see what my opponent will choice himself into. So I see the Volt Switch and I'm like, oh, Victini can take a Volt Switch, not too well, but it can take it. And then I switch out into Terry because I think this Nidoqueen is Scarfed. Real is not Scarfed, actually. He's carrying bloody Z Inferno Overdrive, the Z Fire move. No idea why he went for that on Slowking. Maybe he's just given up on the battle at this point and he knows he's lost and he wants to show off the Z move. I don't know. Don't understand my opponent's play there. Unless he predicted the switch into the Scizor on the Sludge Wave, but there was no real need for me to switch because I know I'm living a Sludge Wave. So I don't really understand my opponent's thought there. But either way, I'm just like, yeah, let's get the Scald off. Let's maybe kill this thing. Got the burn. Doesn't really matter particularly at this point. He goes for another Sludge Wave. Could have protected and got some leftover recovery, but there was no real point in doing that. And then at this point, I'm just thinking, yeah, I've got a 6-0 right here. I can go for Protect, see what my opponent will lock himself into, and then I can sort of switch into a Mon from there. So I'm thinking, okay, I've got a 6-0, that's safe. He goes for Dark Pulse, and I'm thinking, okay, that's a weird move to have because it's not Stab, it's not what you'd usually see on a Rotom. And then I'm looking at my team and I'm thinking, there's no way that I'm 6-0ing this guy. And I've got a Scizor, doesn't want to take 1, never mind 2. Sylveon's obviously dying to any hit. Victini doesn't want to take a Dark Pulse. Tangrowth is a decent switch in, but I can't do anything back to the Rotom Heat. Slowking is obviously dying to the Dark Pulse, and Tornadus is dying to the Dark Pulse as well. So at this point I'm thinking, he's done quite well. That's a really good move for him to lock himself into in the end. I nearly went for a knockoff here, but I was thinking, no, the last thing I want to do is knock off my opponent's choice item, because then there's a bit of unpredictability and I don't know what move he's going to go for. So in retrospect, I probably could have gotten away with a knockoff, but yeah, I got the first flinch on the Dark Pulse. I want to power it because it's the only real move I can hit him with. He gets another flinch on the Dark Pulse. That's 2 flinches in 3 Dark Pulses. Fair enough. And then I'll just let Tangrowth go down. At this point I am playing for differential, because it does matter in the league format. He gets another flinch on the Dark Pulse after my Scald would have killed him, which is really annoying, so I could have won it 5-0. But that flinch, he did quite well there. So at this point I'm thinking, I can't let Slowking go down. I'm thinking, do you know what, he could actually pull this back if I play really badly. So I'm looking at Sylveon there with no health, and I'm like, okay, I need to sack this thing off to get a free switch into the Victini. He goes for Zen Headbutt because it's my best move. I'm thinking, can I get a flinch? No, I can't. He goes for the Dark Pulse. He does so much damage to me. And at this point, Victini goes down for the Life Orb, and I do only get a 3-0 win. I'm really happy with how I played throughout that entire game, but at the end, I wouldn't say I choked or anything, because he did really well to lock himself into the Dark Pulse and I didn't have too many answers to it, but maybe I should have gone for the knockoff of the Tangrowth, because if he would have gone for the Overheat, that would have lowered his special attack and let other things sort of live his hits. So I was quite unfortunate with those Dark Pulse flinches, but I'm disappointed that I didn't get more than, say, a 4 or 5-0 in that game, where the whole way, up until those last few turns, the whole way through that game, it was looking like a 6-0 to me. I was playing my heart out. He didn't play badly. I just think I sort of out-prepped him every turn. I know that he expected the Magnezone 100%, so I think he prepped for that quite a lot, and I didn't bring the Magnezone. Obviously, he didn't expect the Slowking, he was telling me afterwards, because of the Rotom and the Mamoswine dealing with it quite well, but obviously I brought the Slowking because it deals with the Jirachi well. So I wouldn't say that he prepped badly, he just prepped for things. He sort of expected me to bring a different Pokemon, basically, and he prepped for what he thought I'd bring. So maybe I threw a few unpredictable choices out there, though I don't think I particularly did. But either way, like I prepped well, I played well. I'm really happy with that game. And just before I go, I am going to show you a bit of an update on the league standings, because I haven't actually shown you guys this in video form. So this is the Google sheet that we've got for the league. So you can see here we've got all 4 divisions. We are up here, the Bulbahampton Wanderers, in the Yveltal division, which from the off, like I made the, I'm the commissioner of the league. I made these divisions randomly. I had like a random number generator, and assigned the teams the numbers, and it was all randomised. But I ended up in this division with the Fighting Quillfish, who were in this league last season, and the Zoroarks, who are new. Obviously, I beat last week. But even though I beat the Zoroarks last week, I think that this is kind of the division of death. Like, this is the group of death. This is, like, us three, it's definitely the toughest division competition-wise. And so I'm really happy to sort of be at the top of the division, even though the Quillfish have still got a game in hand, and if they have a good battle, they can go top. But, I'm doing quite well. I'm providing competition. I know it's early in the season, but these games all matter. So yeah, the Quillfish are playing the Kingdras later tonight. By the time I've uploaded this video, they might have already played. I'm not sure. The Kingdras are 0-2, but I'm hoping, because again the Kingdras were here last season, and they beat the Quillfish last season in a really clutch game. And the Kingdras are 0-2, but they're sort of underperforming. They are definitely better than that. The coach is much better than the sort of stats this season give him credit for. So I'm hoping he can pull off a bit of an upset against the Quillfish, who, like me before this battle, were 2-0. But yeah, we're performing well. We're doing quite well. And actually, my battle next week, which again I'll do another video for, is against the Fighting Quillfish in a massive divisional game this early in the season. It's a 13-week season. This will be our week 4 match. But it'll be absolutely huge. It could go a long way in determining who's going to make it out of this group and into the playoffs. So I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, I'm gonna leave you there. I hope you sort of enjoyed that battle. I did choke a bit at the end, but like I was saying, I was really pleased with my prep more than my performance. To be honest, my prep in that game, I think it was stellar. My team is really Rotom weak, and I managed to work around that really well. And yeah. See you another time. Hey.